Tron Ares.
There is a lot of reactions online, mostly criticism, about how weak the writing was. Well, we're going to talk about it. Being a huge Tron fan, I feel this needs to be addressed because people's reactions make it sound like it's Disney cash grab slop that they put together without putting much effort into writing. I'll be honest, I had my disappointments with it, which I'll also talk about. Hey everyone, this is On Wire. My name is Kenny and we are talking about Tron Ares. Ready to hear me fangirl about Tron again? Great, let's get started. I'll start with things Tron Ares did get right in the movie.
The soundtrack, Nine Inch Nails, did a great job.
It's not Daft Punk, it's not Legacy, and the movie makes it very clear from the opening. The movie itself, it has a different tone than what Legacy did, and the music goes really well with the new narrative. The previous Tron movies were very grounded. We see the world from the main character's perspective. Legacy and the original Tron covered Flynn and his son, going inside the grid and discovering this beautiful world, and it works. Ares doesn't do that. It's not orchestral and epic like Daft Punk made Legacy. Daft Punk made us look at the movie in awe. Ares, though, isn't character focused. It doesn't want you to look at it in awe. That's been established in the previous movies already. Although the Dillinger grid and visuals will blow you away, mind you. But I feel like it wanted to build up on that. It shows you grids invading other grids and programs from the Dillinger grid invading the real world. It's an all-out race for their permanence code, start to finish. The action never stops. Something is always happening. It also references the events of the previous movies too, but we don't really see anyone with the exception of Kevin Flynn in the entire movie. It wasn't received well by the audience, and a lot of people forget that sometimes writers, storytellers, want to take different perspectives to their stories. It doesn't have to be exactly like the previous movies in order to be good. It doesn't have to take those same characters to build up the universe. And as a Tron fan, I also didn't like that Tron Ares didn't continue the story from Legacy, and that the characters from Tron Legacy were not making an appearance. But as the movie continued and we reached the credits, I realized something. The way Ares is written, this take on Ares with no previous characters in it, this might be intentional. Let me explain. Ares, in the end of the movie, goes looking for those who came before him, and we see him holding a picture of Cora and Flynn. And it occurred to me, Sam and Cora were missing the entire time. We don't know what happened to Tron after this scene, and the events of Tron Ares lead to the return of Scar and the Dillinger grid. It seemed to me like a very careful setup for the next movie, where we might see these characters returning, and possibly explain how Scar's disc ended up on the Dillinger grid. Apart from the obvious explanation that Dillinger's grid uses code from the old Income grid. And I'm a bit of an optimist when it comes to Tron, you know? I love Tron to death, and I think can see from the way they've ended it that they obviously plan to bring those characters back. So hear me out. When you watch Tron Ares, don't go watching it as a sequel. Think of it as a spin-off leading up to the Tron movie. And hey, you know something? The original Tron wasn't a great box office success. Neither was Tron Legacy. With the reactions Ares is getting, I think it's the most Tron movie. End of line.